Nighty nighty. Ah, spaghetti.
俺のトリガーは軽いぞ。風穴を開けてやる向こうだと。そこをどけ。
Oh, guess who's back in business, baby?
But PT, I thought that I exiled you to the outer realms of the distortion world.
I mean, hey.
What?
Nah, you owe me a video, man, ever since you canceled Showdown Soup. And if you don't, I'ma leak some of those spicy 2014 tweets of yours.
No, not the tweets where I said that Pokemon Red was my favorite, in fact, and it had 0 flaws, including its amazing combat and flawless programming. No. It was just a dream.
You smell kind of funky when you're awake.
Bringing it back with Mopo Shnack. How you guys all doing today?
Man. You gotta wear the costume, man. The signature Mopo costume.
Bringing it back with Mopo Shnack. How's everyone doing today? And welcome.
Ooh, there it is.
And today's top 10 will be on my favorite Galar Pokemon.
Let's go!
So everyone has their favorite starters, right? Typically their final stage or their base stage. But what you know about that awkward puberty phase where the Pokemon looks kinda weird and just wants to ask the pretty Pokemon girl to the dance, but then she rejects him because she dates a guy that isn't overweight or makes YouTube videos about video games that were marketed for kids?
What you know about that? I know about that.
Yeah, you do, man.
Number 10's Reboot. So for my first playthrough of Shield version, I picked Scorbunny and named him Space Jam! And when he evolved, I was like, well, great galloping Porygon 2s, I exclaimed. That might be the coolest middle evolution I've ever done seen. But then I remembered Grovyle existed. But hey, Reboot ain't that bad. Reboot is still super dope. He makes his entry purely off of his design. And in all honesty, I prefer him over his later stage, Cinderace. I don't know, Reboot just has more of a personality to me. He's edgy, moody. He keeps his hands in his pockets. You think he did the assigned math journal pages last night? Fuck no. Reboot don't know how to count. But then he evolves into Cinderace, who feels kinda like a downgrade to me. He's pretty cool overall, he's fantastic competitively, and both of his signature moves, Court Change and Pyro Ball, are insanely useful. However, his design isn't as charming to me. Like, look at this wiener. Yeah, Game Freak, nice Sonic OC. I wonder what happens when he collects all the 7 shiny Fruit Loops. Boo-ba-da-boo. If I'm on the field of battle, sure, Cinderace will always be superior. But in terms of who I like more, Reboot will always be cooler to me. I mean, not always, I guess until the DLC comes out and maybe Cinderace's Gigantamax changes my mind. I don't know, he looks like he's on a roll right now. Bottom! Wow, the wild area. Oh, this is so cool. Look at all the Digimon I can catch. Wow, look at this octopus. Jesus, Mary Saint, what the f— Now, some people will tell you that Graplock sucks competitively. When I first saw Graplock, I wasn't that into him. He seemed kinda incomplete, like another evolution was needed to make his existence feel justified. However, now, I feel the same way. But Graplock's still pretty frickin' sweet, bro. His silly, stupid mouth, his bold color scheme of yellow and blue, and his unique design having one of its tentacles serve as a belt that he wears, all these factors made me grow to love this slippery cephalopod. However, he isn't the best in combat. With a crappy yet interesting signature move, Octolock, Graplock makes like a Japanese porno and decides that his opponent isn't going to leave anytime soon. And then he uses his handsome charm and good looks to lower your defenses. Oh, what a sweetheart. Also, his typing is kinda questionable. You see that guy flopping around in the water? But his type says otherwise. Graplock's here because he's stupid. But like in a lovable way. He's like an old man that laughs at his own jokes before he gets to the punchline. He may not get the job done, or remember your name after 10 seconds. But goddamn if he's not enjoying himself. So you're playing Pokemon Butter Knife and Trash Can Lid for the first time, and you're out prancing around Route 5 like the 10-year-old delinquent you are. You charge headfirst into the wild grass to see if there are any new friends that can join your team. Oh my god! Oh, I hope it's a Mega Galarian Rayquaza!
Greetings from Apple World!
I mean, I prefer PCs, but I mean, hey, friggin' welcome to the thing! And you carry on with your journey, keeping Granny Smith here on the bench because you know he's literally just a fruit and he can't battle. But I mean, hey, I think he's pretty appealing. And finally, you reach the city of Hammerlock, and there you have an encounter with a lonely young lad who wants to use your little red delicious to get his meat wet. So our hero finally musters up the courage to spit some game with his crush. Oh my god, dude, she's so hot, bro. If this flies south, bro, I'm sweeping right in. Right in. I don't even care. And let's just say Romeo here, talking ain't his strong suit. Here's an applin. You're the apple of my eye. Can I gargle your bathwater? But it turns out she falls for him, and the red unzipped jacket sweatshirt kid person rewards us with another apple. So naturally, we feed that apple to our other apple and make some apple pie. What do I like about Appleton? Well, what is there not to like? I love his size, those juicy thighs, his beautiful eyes. Ew! Ew! Ew, 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 ew. Never mind. I take that back. Those things are unholy. Look at those gross, droopy droop eyes. Is he constantly staring at his cheeks? What? Boy! But besides that, the idea as well as his design are so lovable. Like, look at his goofy little apple skin helmet making him look like a dumb Hanna-Barbera character. And you can just tell purely off his design that he's a tanky little pastry. And while his base stats aren't the ripest of pickings, and he's not gonna be the first choice after dinner when you got the iron nut and the poison starfish in your fridge. That sounds tasty. He still has some fun tools to play around with, such as access to recover and leech seed, his signature ability that doubles the effects of berries, which I never used, but like, that sounds cool. And this little cutie pie is so thick that his hidden ability gets rid of that quad weakness to ice types. Isn't that nice? I prefer Appleton over his offensive brother Sir Ballsack Newton because he's just not as lovable to me. I wouldn't be caught dead with this stupid Bakugan. And the base concept for this Pokemon is genius too. The idea of this little worm living in an apple, then evolving into an apple pie dragon. Game Freak, how do you come up with this stuff? All right, so I've done the calculations, and according to my results, we only need one more dragon type to really round out this generation's next Pokedex. What do we got? That's it! That's it! You did it! You did it! We'll call him Appleton! That's his name! Hatchrim is adorable. While Hatterene is a competitive monster that hangs out in the OU tier with its magic bounce and its trick room and its high special attack, but you know what it doesn't have? Spunk, charisma, arms. It doesn't have arms. Hatchrim is another mon that's on here mostly for its design. The Pokemon first begins life as a Hatena, which looks like the school project that you forgot was due, so you had to get it all done at like 2 a.m. Like, look at this head. Look at that. What? How? What? No. But then all of its pain, suffering, and misery is finally over once it evolves. Honestly, this is evolution at its finest, okay? You can go from abomination with no appendages made out of shapes that just makes me angry and confused to cute hat Pokemon that makes sense to me and makes me feel good. It's just like how Darwin always said it would go. Hatchrim not only is a cute little patootie, but apparently she likes to use those little braids of hers to beat the crap out of people that feel strong emotion. Why would anyone want this? So, I was doing my laundry one morning, I found a $1 bill in my pocket, and I got, a little excited. So did Hatchrim. But hey, if I get a couple more of these, I could buy a booster pack of Pokemon cards. Cards vary by pack. Wait, why do I like this thing again? Oh yeah, it's because it's cute. This entire evolutionary line is pretty neat as well, taking inspiration from multiple ideas, such as witches, because look at them. Fairy tales, as indicated by Hatterene being a princess locked in a tower in her Gigantamax form. And of course... The entire line learns a plethora of interesting moves as well, and of course, the ability Magic Bounce itself is incredible. However, in the end, Hatchrim is my favorite because it's cute. And it's actually no schmo, being more competitively viable than Graplock, serving as a decent Eviolite mon. Also, the idea of it knocking out Mike Tyson because he got a little too excited is beautiful to me. This next Pokemon's more bipolar than my ex-wife! So I don't know if you guys have heard or played this one, but one time in 1996, a little-known company called Game Freak made an indie title called Pokemon. It's pretty underground, I don't know if you guys would be that into it. And in that game, they had over 150 Pokemon you could catch, with fan favorites like Voltorb, Diglett, Upside Down Voltorb, Gengar Balls, and 3 Diglett. Wow, those designs are so creative and imaginative, oh my god. But one of the Pokemon stood out amongst the rest and was crowned the face of the franchise. The one that would be in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Magma Pikachu. And then Game Freak was all like, kids, they like Pikachu, I want more of them. And then Gen 2 came around and they said, here, it's Pikablu. And then Gen 3 came around and they said, here, it's Pikachu. And then Gen 4, they were like, Pikachu. And with EW. And then Gen 5, they were like, Pikaflu. And then Gen 6, they were like, here, this is Hamtaro. And then the ball one came out, I don't know. It became pretty standard for each generation to have their own Pikachu clone, as it was for every game to have a rival, an Elite Four, an evil team, lack of effort, Pikachu. So when I heard that Sword and Shield were gonna have this Guinea Pikachu, you think I was excited? Because I wasn't. But then I got my disgusting, greasy gamer hands on this rodent and I fell in love. Unlike Morpeko's Pika-Pee cousins, Morpeko is actually pretty formidable in battle, landing himself in the RU tier, standing up against foes such as Duraludon, Drapion, and Charizard. Yeah, that's right, your precious little first starter ever in Kanto is as viable as a hungry guinea pig. Suck it. Morpeko's gimmick is his signature move, Aura Wheel, a 110 base power physical move that raises his speed. And because of this little guy's ability, Hunger Switch, the move's typing changes from either dark or electric depending on his form. Slap a choice band on this little freak and watch him sweep other teams faster, you could say, you're not you when you're hungry. Also, if you can't really tell from the Hatcham entry, I kind of enjoy things in Pokemon that are cute but also terrifying at the same time. And the idea of this cute little furry friend turning into a bad deranged lunatic because he's a little peckish is entertaining to me.
Also, it's like, kind of relatable.
On top of all of that, Morpeko also has access to other great tools such as Parting Shot, Aura Wheel, Seed Bomb, Aura Wheel, Brick Break, Aura Wheel. Morpeko is creative, fun, and decent in battle. He's a reliable mon, and also a good friend. It's the boys. Question, what's better than a black Kirby dressed as a Spartan? I'll tell you. The 4 other entries on this list, but also 5 black Kirbys dressed as the Spartans. A Pokemon that embraces combat and lives for the sweet nectar that is the blood of their enemies. Phalanx, being named and based on the Spartan military formation, has the signature move, No Retreat, which is like the coolest animation in the game. Okay, it's pretty great. An attack that prevents Phalanx from switching out by raising all of its stats by 1 stage. Basically having their leader scream, "Give your all!" But sir, I don't want to fight. Hold the line! And if you thought that wasn't epic enough, these bloodthirsty M&Ms always walk in formation. Which is actually pretty cute. Aww. Phalanx is an insanely unique Pokemon that takes the idea of having multiple in one, actually work in a creative way. Take notes, Dugtrio, Magneton, and... While its strategy of using No Retreat, making him a late-game sweeper, is dope, it's not exactly executed the best, as competitively he resides in the PU tier. His base stats aren't really doing him that many favors either, as he's kind of on the weaker side. But also, like, look at him. Who cares? He's beautiful. I don't care if my Pokemon kill adequately, as long as they look cool while doing it. Alright, scenario. You're playing Animal Crossing one morning, because of course I would talk about this game in a Pokemon video. And you walk into the museum to donate fossils, and for some reason Blathers is drunk off his rocker. You know, him and Brewster went out last night to get some tail, if you know what I'm saying. Some tail feather. Found themselves some Oricorio to lay eggs with. I gotta stop. And he's all like, oh, you got the friggin', the Ankylo skull. Just put that on the deep sea exhibit, and then bam! You got 2 fossils analysis size. Then you travel to Route 6 in Galar and you talk to the appropriately named scientist, Caroliss. Just look at her shoes. She don't give 2 shnikes about anything. And so you give her your fossils, and then a legend is born. Dracovish, or as he's better known as, Vicious Rent, the Pokemon. Doesn't seem like all that much at first glance. Sure, his tall stature and gross cry seems intimidating, but his stats aren't all that, so what's the hype?
Well, in order to understand that, first we must do the math.
Vicious Rent is an 85 base power physical water type move that doubles in power if the Pokemon using it moves first. Also because Dracovish is a water type because he's a little fishy fish that goes... He gains Stab on this move, or same type attack bonus, meaning that that move gains an additional 1.5 multiplier to its damage output. And on top of all that, Vicious Rent is considered to be a biting move, which in conjunction with Dracovish's ability Strong Jaw, which boosts the power of biting moves by 50%, this Pokemon effectively has a 255 base power move when you account all of these elements. And if that wasn't enough, consider the fact that this monstrosity can hold a choice band, raising that attack by another stage, and can attack in the rain, boosting Vicious Rent by another stage. For those of you watching at home that don't comprehend what all these numbers mean, let's put this into perspective. Ferrothorn, that tanky nut from the refrigerator, yeah, that big old flying saucer looking thing with the 131 base defense stat? Well, if you're running a max HP Ferrothorn with no defense investments, and so happen to get hit by a Dracovish's Choice Banded Vicious Rent in the rain, there is a chance to one-shot the Prickly Plant. Not very effective? Tell that to his fucking dead corpse. See, this is why we don't try to play God, people! Stupid. Beyond the number mumbo jumbo, I actually really love this design and concept. As most of you probably know at this point, these prehistoric puppies are based on early British paleontologists mistakenly constructing fossils using the wrong bones. The head bone's connected to the tailbone, the fish head connected to the upside down, the Lisa Simpson bird's connected to the thick thighs. And his design is just so stupid, I love him. Like, I actually don't know what else to say about this guy. So I'm not gonna say nothing.
Oh, pardon me. I was just using my boom burst attack.
Toxtricity is a beautiful little boy. Being the Lucario / Zoroark, really cool, not legendary, but sort of legendary, epic A-list celebrity type mon, or at least that's what it says on Bulbapedia, it's no shock as to why everyone loves this rock star. You can really tell that a lot of effort and care was put into crafting this beast design. And if you don't like this one, you can always vibe with this chill, groovy twin brother. Sandile. Just kidding, it's his low-key form. The only difference between these two forms is that low-key learns magnetic flux by level up, while the amp form has access to shift gear. Now, does that make one clearly better than the other? You could say yes, it's okay, we were all thinking it. Amp form is based on the electric guitar, while low-key is the bass guitar. Forced to take a back seat while his twin brother is on the main stage throat spraying the audience and shifting gears while all he can do is support his bro by raising his defenses. Hey, but I mean, that's why they call him the low-key, you know what I'm saying? And speaking of utility in battle, this Pokemon has the signature ability Punk Rock, which raises the power of sound moves by turning up the decibel knob on Premier Pro to +6. His main strategy in battle consists of screaming at his opponents while wearing sunglasses. To succeed with Toxtricity, all you gotta do is slap a choice specs on him and click either Boom Burst, Volt Switch, Sludge Wave, or his signature move, Overdrive. Also, this mon's typing is pretty darn neat as well, being the first ever poison electric type, a very interesting combination that seems to work both competitively and thematically, except for the fact that he is extremely weak to the very ground he walks on. But overall, I'd say that Toxtricity rocks.
Yo, but like, he sounds so much better live, bro. Like, I saw him live once at Coachella, it was nuts. Nuts, bro.
Every generation has that one Pokemon, you know the one, that one mon that stands out above the rest. You see him everywhere lurking on the OU ladder. A titan, a legend, a king, a god. A weird Muppet that's a karate master. Yeah! Throw, the peak of Pokemon design. This Pokemon's martial art powers are so strong that he no longer requires a neck, so his head sunk into his body to look like a gumdrop. What is this Pokemon's outfit? Is it part of its skin? Is it actual clothes? Who cares? This mon is an Adonis amongst his plebeian kin.
Wait a minute, man. Throws in Pokemon Black and White. I thought we were talking about Pokemon Stab and Protect.
Ah, PT, very observant of you. Now, allow me to address the elephant in the room.
Seeing Capparaja was love at first sight. I first saw this behemoth during the cutscene where Bede tried to terrorize an ancient relic of the past in order to impress his father figure, Chairman Rose. Because, you know, that always works.
Father, do you love me yet?
Bede's questionable and illegal actions aside, this mon just looks so dope to me. He looks so powerful, yet so graceful, so angular. I had to have it. And luckily, this big boy did not disappoint. His design is seriously impressive to me. It emanates power, yet has a mystique to it that just makes it look serene in a weird way. Except for his official art where it's just like... Its color scheme is also something that I find rather interesting, being the combination of orange, dark green, and teal, colors commonly associated with copper and its rust. You'd think this elephant would look gross with it, but it actually makes it work. Until you see a shiny form and you're just like, oh my god, throw this man some Pepto-Bismol, he's looking a little sickly there. And in combat, this man is all raw power, baby, just how we like him. Besides Capparaja's access to Stealth Rock, which is always a nice tool to have, this Steel Elephant's moveset heavily revolves around clicking buttons and killing mons. With his 130 base attack stat and his access to the ability Sheer Force, Capparaja can bust holes in teams larger than the hole left in Bede's heart after Chairman Rose said, "Do I look like your dad?" Capparaja can learn Iron Head, Play Rough, Power Whip, Super Power, Zen Headbutt, Outrage, Stone Edge, and of course, Screech. And if that doesn't tickle your fancy, Capparaja's hidden ability, Heavy Metal, doubles the weight of this fat lard, making moves like Heat Crash and Heavy Slam deal insane damage to most opponents. This mon is near perfection. The only problems I have with this one is, well, I mean, he's not Throw, but like, let's be real here, no one really is. And 2, his Gigantamax form. While giving him the insanely cool move G-Max Steel Surge, which can set up Steel-type Stealth Rocks, which just sounds orgasmic, its design, yeah bro, real sick Minecraft house. I really love the slide that goes down the front. Don't know what those little nubs are on the side, but hey, I mean, great, excellent craftsmanship, bro. Fathers everywhere approve.
Wait, so that entire section for Throw was just build up for one joke?
Did I stutter?
I don't know, man. Isn't that kind of, lazy?
Do you know what game we're talking about here?
Alright, number 1 was tough, but it came down to a 3-way tie between Shielbert, Swardo, and Reboot. But ultimately, I had to pick Reboot. Frostmoth! Look at this beautiful little, oh my god, little baby Snom gets all the glory, but no one remembers the beautiful sugar mama that is Lady Frostmoth. This is one of those Pokemon where I love almost every aspect of it. Its design is the perfect blend of cute, threatening, and fuzzy. And while its typing isn't really winning at any awards anytime soon, it's still really unique, and it's the first Bug and Ice type. And thanks to the introduction of the item Heavy Duty Boots, this Pokemon doesn't get torn to pieces when stepping on little stealth rocks. That's great. Frostmoth's hidden ability is amazing too, Ice Scales, which halves the damage dealt to it from all special attacks. Throw an Assault Vest on that bug, and it'll be eating hits like a champ. Or you can opt to run the more popular Quiver Dance set and have Frostmoth be a late game sweeper. The choice is yours. I honestly don't know why I love Frostmoth so much. I had never really had like a huge liking to a lot of the bug types, bar Scizor and Volcarona, but there's something about this flying ball of fluff that just does it for me. It's cute. It's cool. I want it. Isn't that enough for me to like something? Do I need to prove anything else to you people? Frostmoth's great. Enough said.
Well, PT, was it enough? Stop doing that!
Yeah, you know, I could fill the old video belly right now.
立ち塞がるなら効果なしか。意外と硬いな。
That's great, I matched the source material.
So when's the next Showdown Soup coming out?
Nope.
Follow me on Twitter. Check out my Twitch. Look at all my other videos. Have a great summer.